In the heart of the KwaZulu-Natal Midlands, a new chapter begins for a very special horse. Purple Pitcher, a dual Group 1 winner on the racetrack, has traded the roar of the crowd for the quiet rhythm of stud farm life. Standing tall, sleek and confident, he's a horse that knows his presence commands attention and respect. At Hadlow Stud, his new home, owner and manager Kathy Martin has welcomed him with open arms and a team ready to guide him into his next phase of life. It's a new career, a new role, and a continuation of New Predator's legacy. To understand what makes Purple Pitcher so special, we spoke to Kathy Martin about why his presence is such an exciting addition, not just for their farm, but for breeding in the Midlands.
Oh, Purple Pitcher's just being so wonderful. He arrived here 2 weeks before the covering season. He was in training for the Summer Cup. So he was a racehorse in full training. And he arrived on a Sunday afternoon, and within 2 weeks, we had to turn him into a stallion. Fortunately, he is such a well-mannered fellow, and he's taken to the job like a gentleman. And of course, he's stopping his mares. Stopping his mares is with that beautiful little embryonic vesicle that you see when you scan them at 14 days, which means the mare's pregnant. In other words, he stopped her from going on and cycling again and again. She's now pregnant, and you'll check for heartbeats, but then she's good to go till she comes into foal in 11 months' time.
Whilst Purple Pitcher is as excited as we are about his first book of mares, Kathy tells us how this year's foaling season is going.
Michele, so far, touch wood, it's gone very well. We've had some lovely foals. No, the foals have been amazing. We've had lovely foals from Eden Rock, but he's been throwing lovely foals. We've had Sandringham Summit, who's his half-brother, which has been quite interesting to see the comparison between the two. Ronnie's Candy had a beautiful foal, and that's also in Eden Rock. She's, of course, the Grade 1 winner.
Yes.
So, yeah, we've got those exciting horses. We do become a bit sleep-deprived because mares pick their time, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. And then when you see new life and it comes out well and it's success and it takes its first breath, well, that's just an amazing feeling that not too many people are ever going to experience.
As we wandered through the paddocks, surrounded by mares and their newborn foals, one stood out from the rest, her white coat covered with spots, her eyes both soft and kind. She wasn't thoroughbred, but Appaloosa, with a special role all of her own. Kathy introduced her with a smile. This was Spotty, the beloved nanny mare, a gentle guardian for those orphaned foals, reminding us that every life here is touched by care and connection.
Right at the beginning of the season, we unfortunately lost a mare, and in comes Spotty. She comes from the Coastal Horse Care Unit. She was a rescue. Spotty's like our nanny mare. Those who know Spotty's the VIP on this farm. I mean, there is no more precious horse than Spotty. Spotty's worth her weight in gold. She has an invaluable job. 2 years ago, she raised twins for us.
Wow.
And it's a wonderful thing because instead of having an orphan that's being spoiled rotten, they get to go out with her. She looks after it like it's her own baby. And you put them out in the paddocks that we have out here. I don't think it's a much-known fact that Purple Pitcher was an orphan. His mom died at foaling, but he was lucky that he got put onto a surrogate mare. So in other words, that is now a mare that produced milk and fed him and raised him as her own foal. So he had no clue. So he was brought up absolutely normally. And I always probably draw a parallel to Mr. Stinky Poe's story in that his mother was an orphan and he himself grew up without a father. So there we go. There's some parallels between the equine and the human.
Each new stallion brings promise and possibility. So I asked Kathy, how many sires are shaping the future of South African racing today?
We have approximately 60 at the moment, according to the National Horse Racing Authority. It's a known fact that the majority of the stallions are in the Western Cape. We in KZN have about 14, of which 6 are active stallions, I would say.
With 60 working stallions, the obvious question then was the number of mares and foals on our stud farms around the country.
We're producing 1,800 foals per annum, so add 20% onto that will give you the approximate amount of mares, because obviously not every mare's foaling every year.
Purple Pitch's seamless adaptation from racehorse to sire in the space of just 2 weeks, his professional manner, and most importantly, getting his mares in foal, is the news any breeder longs to hear. Purple Pitch's journey has come full circle, from the roar of the racetrack to the quiet promise of new life. In that journey lies the heart of the Midlands, where South Africa's breeding story continues to unfold. With careful planning, dedication, and a deep respect for the horses themselves, breeders here continue to nurture bloodlines that will win and become champions. Every foal, every new sire, and every farm contributes to a story of passion, patience, and the enduring spirit of South African racing.